Hey everybody, welcome back to both you and myself. I'm super happy because I have a chance to film again, so that's very exciting for me. I like I said before, I do have a lot of trouble finding time to film because like I'm stay-at-home momming. I have a little chaotic 1-year-old. He's hilarious. Um, but it's hard to get time for myself that's quiet and stuff. So right now he's napping in another area of the living space. We went on a walk. I'm in Vegas right now and it's super windy. I'm trying to figure out the lighting. It's sunny outside, but the clouds are moving through the sky pretty rapidly. But anyway, I do have a unbagging for you guys. And I have a little story time as well. Like I always tell stories of how I decided and how I got the handbag. So this time it's a YSL bag from The Real. So I got this bag. Oh, I should have took notes. I ordered this bag last Sunday. So that was the last Sunday of February 2024. It shipped on Monday from Arizona and then it got to my doorstep midday on Tuesday. So it came really quickly. I do have thoughts on shopping pre-loved from both Fashion File and The Real. Today I'm going to talk about The Real and my experience. I think I mentioned before that I don't know if I'm a collector just yet. I'm very new to handbags and I tend to go on these special interest surges. Like I'll find something new, do a deep dive into it to where I'm like obsessed and everything like that as part of the whole neurodivergence thing. But I'm one of those kinds of people who cycles through different interests. So this is one of those things that since I'm so new, I'm not sure if I'll get bored and think I'm stupid and then just kind of stop collecting. But last year, from about August on, I was researching handbags and I didn't really pull the trigger on a lot. And then when I finally did pull the trigger, it was a bunch of things that I had to sell or return because I just wasn't feeling it. So this particular bag is from my favorite brand. I was looking for an everyday bag that can suit both me and my son. I bought the tote bag, which I still use, but I use it primarily as a diaper bag, mainly because it gets kind of heavy and it doesn't always suit my personal style. So I was looking for something that fit a few criteria when I bought this particular handbag. One, I had a budget of about $1,500. And I wanted it to be from my favorite brand. So it could have been from Loewe, it could have been from Coach, and it could have been from Saint Laurent. Obviously, I did choose Saint Laurent, and I'll let you know how I got it for within budget. Another thing, I wanted it in brown. That is my neutral of choice when it comes to styling with my wardrobe. I wanted something that I can wear across the board. So every day, any situation. So if I'm like out and about at Target, you know what I mean, with my son, and then somebody calls, my mom's like, okay, family's in town, let's go to lunch. I could take it to lunch, it'd be fine. Oh, let's go to this fancy restaurant. I could take it there and be fine without having to feel like I have to change over just for certain occasions. I wanted something that could be grab and go. I wanted it to be leather. I wanted it to be something that I can like throw around. Like say if my son is about to hop off a cliff, he's crazy. So if he wants to do something that I have to hurry up and rescue him, I don't mind dropping the bag and running after them. So I wanted something that was like a little bit durable, a little bit heavy duty, around the $1,500 mark. That was where I had saved up to, and enough room to accommodate my son and I, but something that I love enough to where if I don't have to carry things for him anymore in a few years, or I'm not with him and I'm just out on the bout, I can still wear it and it'll still be my style. It'll still be for me. So I came across this bag on Lux Purse Love's channel. I watched that video. I'll see if I can link it below on her comparison between this bag and the baby Nikki. And she did such a good job. I watched that video about 30 times from last fall to literally after I even got the bag. It was such a good review and it helped me to decide. So what I chose was this beautiful Saint Laurent medium Nikki in the color light caramel. And I feel like it is the perfect bag for me and my needs. So it did come from The Real, right? Purchased it pre-loved, and Honestly, I think I got very lucky because this is in an impeccable condition. It is pristine in my opinion. So I did unbox this already. It's been a week since it arrived. And I've unboxed it. I did it a once over because on the pictures, it was listed as very good condition. It wasn't listed as great. It wasn't listed as excellent. Sorry. And it wasn't listed as pristine. It was listed as very good. It said minor creasing throughout, and minor scratches at hardware, minor residue in interior. It took me a while to pull the trigger. I had two of these in my bag. One was listed at $1,900, and that one sold like the day after I found it. And then another one popped up, which was this bag. It was listed as $2,125. Normally, this bag retails for $3,150, if I'm not mistaken. If I bought it from Laurent directly, I think I was going to pay about $3,500. And if I bought it from Matches, it just would have been like $31.70 because they would only charge me $20 for shipping. So I was going to buy it from Matches. So this particular bag is absolutely the perfect thing. When I unboxed it, I didn't really get like butterflies. I was just like, okay, yeah, I got it. But that night I dreamt about it. I couldn't wait to wear it. And I just kept on slipping it over my shoulder like this. I was wearing pajamas and I was just slipping it over my shoulder. I was like, yes, this is like the perfect grab and go bag. Like, I feel like it suits my style. Everything I wear, I can wear this comfortably. When I first saw the pictures of this bag, I was like, okay, it's $2,125. I wanted something that I would be willing to pay full price for. So I was like, okay, if I get this bag full price, I'll have to wait until about April because I had only saved like towards my bags, $1,500. And this was like double, more than double actually than $1,500. So I was like, okay, if I get this bag, I don't have to wait till April so I can save up a little more. And then I was like scouring the real, and every time I would find it, it would like be bought up really quickly. So I was like, okay, if I get it pre-loved, I'll have to just pull the trigger. So when this came up, it was like $21.25. And I was like, okay, it's a little over budget or whatever. I just kept on looking at it, and I did notice that the minor scratches, I zoomed up on the pictures, right? And I saw this right here. It's like a little tiny nick. And I saw another one down here, but now that I have it in person, it's rough right there, but it's not like, I don't care. I don't care. It said minor scuffs on interior, minor residue, minor creasing throughout. This bag is made from vintage crinkled leather, so it's already crinkled. The creasing is going to be creased, like it's crinkled leather vintage. So it's supposed to have like a worn vintage look. So when I got it, I was like, okay, the creasing just looks like the bag. There's no scuffing, there's no corner wear, nothing like that. So a few days later, after this popped up, I was like, okay, $21.25 is like way out of budget. I was okay with going like a couple $100 over, but I was just like, you know, I don't really know if I want to spend that much because the thing about the real is they're not the most detailed. Like sometimes they'll only have one picture available of the bag, and then like their descriptions can be kind of vague. So they don't always do close-ups like Fashion File of the defects or where it has worn. So I was like, you know, that's a little bit risky of a price to not have something absolutely perfect. And then they don't have the best return policy. They don't always accept returns. So if you sent it back, you'll have to consign it. So I just wasn't comfortable. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna do it. Every morning I would keep checking to see if this was available because I was so excited when I found the first bag. It was like $1,900, but I didn't pull the trigger because, you know, it was still out of budget. I wasn't sure. I kept on watching Luxe Purse Love every single day, kept looking back at this bag, going between. I was like, should I get the baby? Felt like getting the baby was risky. I would have got it in Storm. It kept popping up on Fashion File, but I kept missing it because you really have to just go ahead and pull the trigger on pre-love sites. A couple days later, after this popped up for $2,125, this was the only one that was there in this color at the time. I got a notification saying that your obsession is on sale. If you shop through the Real, sometimes you'll notice you'll get that on your saved searches or your obsessions list. And I clicked on it and it popped up. This bag popped up. And I clicked on it and it didn't say it was on sale. It just said the same exact price, $2,125. I was like, why did they send me this notification? It must have been a mistake. And I scrolled and it said it was part of the coupon that the railroad puts on certain items. That's the coupon code is real, and it'll give you 20% off. So I added it to cart, put in the real thing, and it took it down to $1,700. I was like, oh wow, that's only like $200 over budget. And I just kept looking through the bag, and I was like, okay, I don't see any stuffs or residue or anything like that. And the pictures kept zooming in, looking at this part. I'm like, are you okay with that? And I'm like, I don't really care. And I was like, just looking at the pictures that they had available, kept going to Lux Purse Love. I found another person video looking at the baby. I was like, yeah, I don't want the baby. I don't think that's worth it. $1,700, $1,814 after tax is what this bag costed. That's $1,300 less than this is retail. And it was still about $1,000 less than the baby. So I was like, this is a good deal. I'm not gonna find this again. Pulled the trigger, knowing I wouldn't be able to return it. So as soon as I unboxed it last Sunday, I did a once over. I took it out. It did not smell like leather. It didn't have an odor at all, which is great. I hate getting odor. That's like one of my pet peeves buying pre-loved. It came completely smashed, which I didn't mind because after months of looking at reviews, I've seen this bag smashed when people wear it and it looks great. It looks even more edgy. So I'm gonna remove, I stuffed it because that's how I store my bags. And then I have like a little bubble in here. Just to show you how it came. The magnets are strong. It has like a little lip right here. So you press it. So it came like this, wrapped in the railroad dust bag that you saw me push out of. And it just looked like this. And it just, I put it on smashed and I was like, oh wow, I still like it just with the smash look. So even if I wasn't carrying a lot, I would still like this bag, just, you know, just flat as a pancake. Like, so that's how it came. I did a once over. I found 2 pieces of lint in this bigger compartment here. There were like 2 lint balls. That was it. The zippers worked perfectly. It didn't say it came with tags, but I did find the Saint Laurent card in there. So that was great. It also has the railroad tag with the barcode on the back. So I was happy to see this because I do keep these. I have the wallet, and the wallet also matches the bag. I think I showed that in my last video. Zippers work. The chain works, which is something I was cautious of watching Lux Purse Love review because she said she had a couple of these and the chains would not pull out. So everything was in perfect condition. The big back pocket with the magnet, everything was perfect. So I think I really scored. So I do suggest that if you are gonna take this risk with the RealReal, you just really have to understand that they are not thorough on their website. They may say that, you know, list defects, but you might come out with more defects, or it might be an odor that you are not okay with, whether it's cologne or like a musty smell or cigarettes or something like that, and you can't return it. So it is a bigger risk than Fashion File because at least you can return without, if you don't cut the tags off. I think I got lucky because this is pristine, like there's no rust. Another tip I would say, when I was looking at this bag, it said it was part of the 2021 collection. So I was like, okay, it's the beginning of 2024. If the person purchased this in 2021, 2022, that would give like a year and a half of wear. So I went and searched like wear and tear videos of people who love this bag and have bought it. And after a year, it still looked great. They may have had like a scuff on the bottom or like a scratch up here, but it looked great. So I was like, okay, if this person bought it and it wasn't for them, let's say it wasn't for them, they probably wore it only a couple of times. And unfortunately they were like, dude, I don't like this. This isn't for me. It doesn't suit my style. Maybe it was an post purchase or a gift. So they probably had it in their closet. You know what I mean? It wasn't worn to death in that amount of time. So they probably just had it in their closet and was like, you know what, I need to get rid of this bag. So I was like, okay, 2021 to 2024, the very beginning of 2024 at that. So let's say they had it in their closet for like 6 months and decided to sell. That's time that it has been unworn. It had to be made, shipped to store, brand new condition, right? It had to sit on the shelf waiting to be sold. It had to be bought and it had to be worn, you know, within a year or a year and a half. So I figured, you know, this is a good buy for the price. So I saved $1,300 to get like the perfect everyday bag for my personal style. So I have family. My older brother is coming to Vegas for the first time. He's not a traveler like I am. So this is his first time coming to visit the family. So he's coming for his birthday. So we're going to be out and about. So I do want to do a purse changeover because I have a feeling I'm going to be out and about way more. So I want to show you my mom bag. I ordered this bag from Etsy actually, and it's like a dupe for the La Mer croissant bag. This is my La Mer dupe. I bought this because I love the La Mer croissant bag, but I knew my life situation, and paying $1,200 to $1,400 for just a throw around bag that I pretty much use when I go on walks and I don't have pockets. I go on walks with my son daily, and I use this bag. It has everything in it. I just kind of wanted a throw around bag that I can just grab and literally throw over a little sling, you know, and have it on the side. I wanted it to be cute, but $1,300 for like a little sling bag that I use to go on walks just seemed kind of excessive. You know, the most I take this bag out is if I'm just going to the grocery store and coming right back in 30 minutes. You know, I don't take this out on the town. I always switch out of this bag into something else. But if I'm just going on a walk, going on the park, I'm gonna be on the slide, I might be rolling around on some dirt, you know, playing soccer with my little toddler, things like that. This is what I carry. It does carry all of my essentials. And honestly, I think because I love this so bad, I might get a La Mer croissant bag. A new version just popped up in my Net-a-Porter site. I need to stop shopping. In my Net-a-Porter wish list, and it's like a yellowish color, but it looks kind of different from this. So I think it's like $1,400. So I don't think I would mind getting that for me, but just my throw around. I'm a mom bag. I'm going to the park. This is perfectly. So it holds everything I really need and more. So I do want to do a little purse change up because I'm going to be carrying this around the town. So I guess I'll switch you guys around while I do this switcheroo. And yeah, that's it.